Mr. Speaker, will you please call the House to order?
The bill is passed.
We'd like to get a budget that represents the interests of the people who are standing here with me now.
To be part of the struggle to achieve a better society for all.
I'm very compassionate to what's happening upstate. And I'm very compassionate to what's happening downstate.
Hello and welcome to Assembly Update. I'm Liz Koenig. Today we're going to be discussing fair housing legislation as well as some other issues with our guest, Assemblymember Mosley, who represents the 57th Assembly District in Brooklyn. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Good to see you, and happy spring finally in Albany.
Yeah.
The weather's kind of turned around a little bit. We've had such a long, difficult winter here, and you've been a trooper through the whole thing, coming in and making it to Albany to do the people's work. And now we're kind of getting towards the end of session.
Correct.
We're making the big push. And that's where a lot of legislation gets pushed to the floor. And you have a bill, fair housing, which would prevent discrimination on tenants based on income. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us more about that?
Well, this is a bill that was kind of an offshoot from what a colleague of mine, David Weprin, was able to do several sessions ago when he did a special carve-out for Suffolk County, Nassau County in New York City, where a landlord cannot discriminate against someone, a potential tenant, based on the fact that they have multiple sources of income, whether that's from a voucher program and or child support and or public assistance. Currently we're seeing a disturbing trend where a disproportionate number of women in particular, usually these are people who are one source income headed households, who have found themselves discriminated against, not merely because of what they look like, but also of the fact that they have multiple sources of income. Not to say that they can't pay the rent or can't meet the demands of being a tenant, but the fact that they have these multiple sources of income, they're finding themselves discriminated against throughout the state of New York.
Now, what would the bill do exactly as far as, I mean, how would it go about finding how this is going on?
Well, currently,
complaints
yeah,
filed?
well, currently in New York City and New York State, this is already in place. So these are complaints that are issued through HPD. These issues complaints to Human Rights Division, and that's what my bill would kind of expand upon. That people who find themselves in these predicaments would be able to go to New York State Human Rights Division in an effort to submit a complaint against this landlord in an effort to file a claim against them in an effort to right a wrong. But unfortunately, as we continue to debate this issue, and hopefully it can get passed in both houses this year and signed before the governor's desk, that we can end this disturbing trend, because as you know, housing is a crisis that we're living through, not only in the city of New York, but throughout the four corners of our state. And you know, this is something that speaks a little bit to me, because I was a member of a single-headed household, and God forbid if my mom couldn't find a place to live for me and my sister, just for the fact that she's getting multiple sources of income.
Now, and of course, I imagine you get a lot of phone calls from tenants
Mm-hmm.
who have, felt discriminated against, and your office kind of directs them where they're supposed to go with this.
Like, this is not a magic bullet, obviously. It's unfortunately not going to stop the practice, but what we hope it will do is bring some type of consequence to the actions. You know, for every action that you exercise, that there's a cost that comes with it, particularly if it's impacting someone unfairly. And obviously what we don't want to do is further perpetuate the feminization of poverty in our city and our state. And that's what this bill is trying to do.
And another housing issue has come to your attention. It relates to Airbnb driving up the cost of rent. Can you explain that? Yeah,
there was a recent study that was issued not too long ago, a few days ago, which talked about, again, perpetuation of Airbnb, skirting their responsibilities in an effort to be transparent with the city of New York and subsequently the state of New York, in an effort to show that their practices are not skirting the rent laws that are on the books right now. And as a result, what we found in the study is that the unfortunate impact that has occurred is that as you continue to illegally convert units that could have been afforded to families on a year-to-year lease or multiple-year lease, you bring up the competition, and that's subsequent, you bring up the cost in terms of units that are available to these individuals. So what was being happening in the study, or what has been found in the study, is that on average, New Yorkers are paying a little bit more in their income to rent in the time in which we are rent burdened already. But what Airbnb has done is added to this this narrative, and unfortunately, they believe that they're not doing anything wrong. But what we believe is that they're not doing anything right. And what we're going to try to do is try to kind of expose them, while at the same time understand that we're not about anti-business or anti-e-commerce or the evolving economy that we live in, and the technology that is used to perpetuate this economy. But at the same time, it cannot come at the cost of hardworking and working class men and women who are looking for a decent and affordable place to live.
Now I want to kind of shift gears here. I want to talk about this young lady in your office who celebrated an anniversary recently, 1 year working in your office, but she came from a program that's really an important program. Why don't you tell us about that? Yeah,
the whole program is a program that allows for young adults who have been out of the workforce and for whatever reason, personal or otherwise, and they are interjected back into the workforce through this program, where they actually give them the soft skills as well as some of the other skills they need in an effort to be a productive member of an office or an initiative that they want to be a part of as a full-time salary employee. This program has offered my particular office countless of part-time and full-time workers over the years in which I've been in the Assembly. So they've really been a significant part of my staffing going forward. But at the same time, we also sometimes find that we can hire some of these individuals if they don't find themselves getting a position elsewhere, that we actually hire them ourselves. So we were able to hire a recent employee and bring her on first part-time and then subsequently full-time. And she's a single mother. She's from the Coney Island section of Brooklyn. She gets up every morning really early to get to my office on time, and she's doing a great job. And we recently went back to the Hope program in an effort to share her success stories with others who are going through the program, so that they can see the end result, that the hard work that they're putting in does pay off in the long run.
Oh, good for her. Great news.
Thank you.
Let's talk about Haitian Unity Day going on as we're recording today. What is the significance of this?
Well, you know, as we evolve as a body, as the People House becomes more diverse, not just male, female, black, white, or otherwise, that we get people from all walks of the world, from all portions of the world, representing us in the People's House. And we've seen a large contingency of Haitian Americans who are now becoming a part of our body, and whether it's through people like Clive Winnell from Queens, or Kimberly Jean-Pierre, or Michael Chalage from Long Island, or my own colleague from Brooklyn, Rodney's Bichot. These are all individuals who have a strong and proud tradition of being Haitian Americans. And then obviously we have colleagues of mine who might not be Haitian but represent a large Haitian community. So Senator Kevin Parker, Assemblywoman Ellen Jaffe from upstate New York. So we understand and recognize that this is a growing population. We're a country of immigrants. We open the doors and welcome those who want a better life, and when they do come here and succeed and place people like these individuals in office, we know that the American dream is a reality to some folks. So this is a time in which we celebrate their achievements and accomplishments, as well as celebrate the island of Haiti. Even in the midst of despair and reconstruction, we can appreciate their history and what they've contributed to the global history as well.
Absolutely. Now let's discuss some events you have coming up in your district. Your Mother's Day celebration is coming up.
Yeah, annually there's an event that is held by myself along with Congressman Jeffries and Councilwoman Lori Cumbo in an effort to just give appreciation to our mothers, you know, particularly our older mothers who have raised families in our district and who've solidified and stabilized the community, sometimes during times in which, you know, times where people didn't want to live in our district and did not want to invest in our district, but they stuck it through the heroin epidemic, the crack epidemic, and otherwise crime. They made this district what it is today. And I always tell people, as much as we want to give credit to developers, you know, adding to the fabric and the tapestry of the 57th Assembly District, it was really the families who helped to stabilize and make it a possibility of people maybe wanting to invest in this district, and as a result, they have done so and have made the district what it is today.
Now tell me about this summer indoor studio. This sounds intriguing.
Yeah, this is something that is being headed and spearheaded by my colleague from Bushwick, Assemblywoman Maritza Davila. Her predecessor would always, annually, would have buses of seniors going out to Suffolk County, to the state park out there, and spend a time in which they would revel in each other's company and fellowship and cook out and just have a good time and enjoy the outdoors and just be away from the district or be away from their center, which they're accustomed to going to on a daily basis. But this year, in her district, there are a multitude of movie theaters, indoor movie theaters, which they converted into various sets. And in her district, there's an indoor set where they've converted to a tropical island. And when you walk in it, you cannot tell a difference. What we'll be doing is bringing seniors from all over Brooklyn to enjoy one another, to have a great time, to enjoy each other's fellowships, enjoy some good barbecue, and just get away from the mundane, rigmaroles of just going to the senior center and just spending time there for the summertime and just enjoy, being out and enjoy life. So we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to it being an annual event, and I'm going to bring my couple of bus loads to the event, and we'll see how it works out. So hopefully I'll have some great footage to share with you.
Of course, if anybody's interested in this event or any of your events, they can call your office.
Yeah, they can call my office, 718-596-0100.
And that sounds like a lot of fun. I might take you up on it
I'm
myself.
looking forward to it.
So let's talk about Senior Spa Day, another event for seniors.
Yeah, this is something that we give them as a treat. It's a spa day where we offer free hand massages and manicures and back massages, as well as haircuts for the men and maybe some of the women who would like to get them. And it's just a appreciation to say thank you for allowing me to have the opportunity to represent you. Thank you for having the opportunity to be a part of your community. And then this is something that they look forward to, and I look forward to giving it to them. And we use local barbers from the district, and this is something that we do annually, and they look forward to it just as much as we do.
I'm sure the seniors really appreciate all the work that you do on their behalf, and
so.
Creating special events, such as these. I mean, they really do enjoy that.
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming in and keeping us updated
once
again on everything that's going on. It's a very, very busy time here, so we appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come in and let us know what's going on.
Thank you.
We've been speaking with Assemblyman Walter Mosley, who represents the 57th Assembly District in Brooklyn. Thank you so much for joining us here on Assembly Update, and we will see you again next time. Thanks.